Namaste. Hello everybody. My name is Laurette Paix, and this is a kind of nickname which you can find on Facebook. My real name is Laure, L-A-U-R-E, Laure in French, because I am a French improv player. And my family name is Philippe, like the French name P-H-I-L-I-P-P-E. So this is kind of personal introduction with my identity. As to improv, I am performing for now 18 years. I have discovered improv. I fell into improv. I fell in love with improv in 2002. And since, yes, I just fell in love with it and I kept in touch with it. I am now recording this video in New Caledonia. This is a French archipelago in the Pacific Ocean between Australia and New Zealand. And yes, I moved there. I settled there 18 months ago to perform and play improv and to share with the people here on improv. I am about to move. I just don't know yet very well where I will move, but yes, I am moved by improv and I am very, very glad to share with you around my career in the improv field. So this was my personal introduction. I got the questions on the paper. The second one was, who inspired you to begin improv? So as I was telling, I fell in love with improv. I just cannot say who inspired me, but I just fell in love with the idea of improvising and the people on stage. The first time I met improv was a match, which means two teams were performing together and they were performing either at the same time, together they created story, or one team after the other. And I was just in love with this way of acting. I acted few before. Maybe I had taken a theater lesson while I was at school, secondary school. But yes, I was not an actress and I was not dreaming of becoming an actress or just taking classes. But then I definitely fell in love with improv. I met improv while I was studying medicine, because I am also a doctor. I am a general practitioner. And yes, I led at the same time improv as a leader and a medical degree for my career. But then as soon as I graduated medicine, I just went much more deeper in improv and I began to perform and teach improv as a professional instructor. So who inspired you to begin improv? The people on stage. They were just, yes, they seemed to be free and they seemed to be happy. But I won't say that one of them or all of them. It was just all around improv. Improv itself inspired me to begin improv. The third question was, how did you begin your career as an improv player and teacher? So the first part of my career was really leisure. I did it on my leisure time, the end of the day or during the weekends or holidays. Yes, I began, it was quite obvious. I mean, I joined the team as soon as I met improv. The first evening, the first show I watched, I just went downstairs and I asked to the teams, to the players, may I join? Because I just love what you do. And one of them, she stared at me and said, no, you cannot. We are in the middle of the school year, so you have to wait. And then I waited for 4 or 5 months, which were very long. And then when the new batch began, I joined the team and I just loved this. This is the way I began. I mean, I joined the university team in my university where I was studying medicine. I was in second year studying medicine, and yes, I joined the team and then I went with them performing and learning and sharing around improv. I began to teach 2 years after I began because I moved. I stopped my medical studies, and the city where I moved, in the city there was no theater school, there was not improv school. And then I was like, hey, I would love to share, I would love to perform, I would love to go on playing and enjoying improv. So I just was knocking on a door. It was a secondary school, and I was like, hi, I'm quite young, I was 20-year old, but I would love to teach and share with the people who would like to learn improv. So it was my first experience ever. It was a small city in the south of France, but then I really enjoyed performing and sharing and teaching. So I began that way. And after this, I went back to my medical studies, and on the second part of these studies, I moved every 6 months. I was moving from a town to another, and in every town where there was no improv theater school, I just began teaching, just to share and to have mates or fellow players. So I was sharing what I learned during my medical studies, and yes, it was a leisure, but like I was so much in love with this that I wanted to share. And I was teaching for free on my free time, on my leisure time. I was teaching for medical students or for people who wanted to discover this. But yes, it began to take more and more place in my life. Then I moved, I got my medical degree, I moved, I was in Brittany, it's a French place on West France, and I was half-time job doctor, general practitioner for blood donation, and half-time on my leisure time I was sharing around improv. I wanted to play, I wanted to perform, I wanted to share, I wanted to learn. So I began to teach. I opened not a school, but just a lesson, a workshop, and people joined and they enjoyed. But the professional teachers, the professional improv instructors, they told me that I could not teach for free, so that I began to be half professional doctor, half professional teacher and improviser, and this is how I began. The fourth question of the list was, where and with who did you learn the art of improv? So when I began, I was studying medicine in south of France. The name of the city is Toulouse. In French we write it Toulouse. It's not like loser or losing. It's kind of Toulouse is a winner city in south of France. And I began to learn improv in a universitary team. We were performing match, so we were meeting other teams from all the France, and sometimes from Canada, the French place of Canada called Quebec. And yes, this is the place, Toulouse. And with who? We had a teacher. He was very, very nice teacher. He himself learned in Paris or near of Paris, and then when he moved in Toulouse, he began teaching and sharing about what he loved, the art of improv. Yes, and after this I had so many teachers. I cannot make the list, maybe tens or 100. Yes, I learned every time there was a workshop. I was learning, studying, I was reading book. So I learned from many people. And I also learned, after I moved from Toulouse, I went in Brittany, and then I moved in Guadeloupe, and then in Belgium, and now I'm living in New Caledonia. And on this way, always, every time when I could, I was learning improv. So I had many teachers, and I also had theater teacher, classical theater, and dance teacher or music teachers, so that I was sharing and learning with many sort of arts. Yes, I hope this is an answer to the question. The fifth question is, are you associated with any improv company? Right now in New Caledonia, I am no more affiliated with anyone. I am working on my own, and there are two companies here in New Caledonia. One is Pacific and Company, and the second is Oulala. And Oulala and Pacific and Company, when they need teachers or performers, they know that you can call me. But yes, I am working on my own. Before, I have been associated with other teams. When I was in Toulouse, I was part of the LUDI Toulouse, which is the Universitary League of Improv. Yes, I had many 10 or 15 improv associations. I feel very glad and grateful. The sixth question was, what do you plan to do with improv in future? So improv provided me so much pleasure and surprises. I just don't know what I plan to do in the future. I sometimes apply to international improv festival, international or not. I sometimes apply to teach or to learn. It's a way for me to travel. It's also a way for me to share. Now I am living in New Caledonia, so I am next to Australia and New Zealand. So if ever I can meet and share with Australian and New Zealand people, I feel glad about this. Yes, what I plan to do is just go on sharing and performing and enjoying and discovering and trying new things, trying new ways of performing, trying also to mix arts. I love when we mix dance or music or classical theater, or yes, some kind of ways of performing art. Yes, I like this. The seventh question was, what is your message to the interested people who would like to come to improvisation? The first message of all is just give a try. If you feel attracted by improv, just give a try. Just give a try and yes, see what happens. Just feel what it feels to perform and to be free on stage and to share with people without any idea of what you're going to do. Learn. This is very interesting to learn. Meet new people, meet new teacher, new instructor, take lessons from all over the world or just in your city. Find people with who you enjoy to perform. Yes, the first message is join, give a try. And the second message is perform with people that you like. Perform with people that you enjoy sharing with, or people that you don't know but you feel you will enjoy. It's such a delight and it's a wonderful way to share and to perform. I like it a lot. Yes, this was the seventh question and the last one. The eighth point was a thank message for the Art Quarter. Of course, I want to thank so much the Art Quarter Theatre and especially Bhupendra Dakal, who welcomed me in Nepal last year in 2019. It was also 2076 for the Nepal calendar. So I wanted to say thank you, Dhanyavad, and thank you to all the people who watched this video. Thanks a lot for making it real. Thanks a lot, yes, for joining this Impronoun project. Namaste.